Today, I'm going to treat my face to some YSL makeup. We have a full face. We're going full luxury. I haven't tried a full face of YSL. I already have several products that I love, but let's just go with it. Let's begin with the face and let's start with the face primer. Let's apply the primer to only half of my face. This right here is the Touche Éclat Blur Primer. This right here retails for $52. Has really high reviews, and they're saying this is supposed to be a non-greasy, lightweight makeup primer with light infused pigments and 4 nourishing oils that blur imperfections and smooth and lock of skin. Smooths the look of skin, smooths and lock the skin. That doesn't make sense. Honestly, it kind of feels like the Maybelline Baby Skin. If you ever tried that, kind of just blurs everything, but also at the same time, it kind of does feel greasy. And what I'm not liking about this already, I can see the glitter. I'm really far away from my mirror right now, but I feel like I can see little tiny speckles of glitter just kind of sitting on my face, and I'm not liking that whatsoever. So I don't think this already, from the first impression, is not the primer for me, because this looks like I took a glitter eyeshadow and then I didn't clean my face afterwards and it's just scattered all over my face. I'm not a fan of glittery primers. For foundation, I'll be using the All Hours foundation. This is their up to 24 hours matte foundation. So it has full coverage, which is phenomenal. It's supposed to be a long lasting, of course, up to 24 hours, which is insane. And it's saying that it helps blur imperfections without settling into fine lines, pores, and wrinkles. That sounds bomb. I really like that. And it does have SPF of 20, which is great. And it's good for all skin types. They say use your fingertips for more of a lighter coverage. For a higher coverage, use a brush. And for buildable coverage, use a makeup sponge. So you know what? Let's go with the makeup sponge and then let's see if we like it with a brush, and then we can go from there. Okay, so this is B20 Ivory. This is a little too light, and it's definitely a little more yellow. Okay. It's blending really well with the dampened sponge. I'm just using a damp beauty blender. I just wanna do the right side first without the primer and see if we'll be able to see a difference. The color's actually matching really well. It's blending in really nice. One pump for the one side is definitely providing a medium coverage, I would say. It got rid of all the redness. It actually concealed the red bumps right here pretty well, considering with the dampened sponge. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stick with the sponge because it just blended in so well. I'm really not seeing a difference with the primer because it's both blurring on each side. I just see glitter. I'm gonna apply a little bit of lip balm. This is just by Biossance. My lips are feeling a little dry. Eyebrow pencil, eyebrow pencil. That's the pencil name. It's retailing for $30, and currently they have only 3 shades at Nordstrom, and I have shade number 4, which is Ash. This is just a very typical eyebrow pencil. Like, it's literally a pencil where you have to sharpen using a tiny little sharpener, which is very old school, but it does have a dually on one other side, which I do appreciate. A dually? Did I say dually? A spoolie. It's a dual-ended eyebrow pencil brush. But they do say it's supposed to be a velvety smooth formula that is enriched with coconut oil to glide on effortlessly. And the pencil, I will say, is definitely gliding on pretty easy. I'm not having to put too much force, not as much effort as I was expecting. For concealer, this is their All Hours concealer, so going with the same thing for their foundation. This is $35 each. I have 2 shades. I picked number 1 and 0.75, and their shade range is very, very limited for concealer. I mean, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. They only have 16 shades, so that's not a great shade range. It's supposed to be a full coverage. It's good for all skin types, and it has a matte finish. And they're saying it's a 16-hour wear that instantly and completely covers skin imperfections, yet does not crease, crack, or look masky. So let's start first with this one. Number 1 has a very tiny doe foot applicator. Seems like the color is pretty good. And we're gonna use a brush for this. Just fluff that right in very gently. I'm not seeing the full coverage. It definitely looks very natural. Like, where is that full coverage? Oh, it actually looks really pretty under the eyes. Barely there, but it looks really pretty. I also have this one, their Touche Éclat High Cover Radiant Concealer. This one is really beautiful. I like this concealer for those more natural makeup days, but I feel like I might really like it right here, just a tiny bit more coverage since this all hours concealer is a little more matte. This will provide you a little bit more coverage, but also give me that glow like underneath the eyes. I'm not sure if I should layer these, but that looks pretty. I'm gonna take a tiny amount of number 1 and take it across my eyelids since I don't have eyeshadow primer. So this right here is the eyeshadow palette. This is their Couture Clutch eyeshadow palette. Why it's called a clutch, it's because it literally looks like a clutch. It has this like vegan leather with their logo right here in the front, and then you can see how thick this is. You open it up and then you get a gorgeous, huge amount of eyeshadow. They're supposed to be super highly pigmented textures with satin to shimmer, metallic to matte, and then glitters. They swatched pretty well, but I wish they were a little bit more pigmented and a little bit more creamy. For the swatches, I did the top row and then the bottom row in order. And I'm pretty sure I want to play with this gold and then this beautiful espresso shade. I think this is stunning, and maybe this silver. I'm gonna take the bronze, kind of create a halo look, take it in the inner corner, the outer corner, connect them in the crease, and then take that gold shade and place it right in the center. Before I go further with the eyeshadow, let's go to the eyeliners. So this right here, this is their waterproof eye pencil. I have shade number 2, which is just a gorgeous brown right here. So creamy. And then we have number 4, which is a beautiful green. Yeah, I think on the lower lash line and in the waterline, really smoke out that green and then bring this beautiful brown to the top and kind of connect the two to create a nice winged look. I'm gonna take that silver shade and plop it in the inner corner. All right, for mascara, we have the Shock Volumizing Mascara. This retails for $29. This is a long-lasting volumizing mascara that's supposed to coat every single eyelash for maximum dramatic volume in a single stroke without clumping. Very black right away. I have used this mascara years ago, and I remember liking this when the mascara really kind of has like 2 weeks to dry down a little bit, because it really delivers on the volume. But this right here is, like I said, a new formula. Not a new formula, a new mascara tube. And it's a little bit more wet, but you can see how dark and intense this mascara is. And you can kind of feel it sticking to those tiny little lashes and coating them. And it's not clumping the lashes, which is really good. This is definitely gonna give you that dramatic look, but I feel like if you do go heavy-handed, they can look quite thick and clumpy on the second or third coat, depending what you go with. For blush, this is their Couture blush. I have 2 shades. We have shade number 5, which is this gorgeous shade right here. You have their little brush here as well. Let's wash this one for you. It definitely has like that creamy texture. Then this shade right here is number 9, which is saying it's more of a rose shade. There you go, that's the difference. What should we go with? You know what, let's try the nude shade first. You do have a nice size mirror in here as well. Here's the most subtle color, but the way it blends onto the cheeks, that's really pretty. It doesn't exaggerate any kind of texture on the skin. The swatch was very meh, but on the face, it's wow, you know? Each blush is $42. Moving on to the bronzer. This is their Bronzing Stones Sun-Kissed Glow Creator. It's effortlessly blendable and undetectable powder. Okay, in shade 1. This retails for $55 US. They have one other shade. So this right here is Sunstone, which is light, and then they have a medium shade in Fire Opal. I do see some shimmer in here, but it's extremely light. I'm just gonna go over on top of this blush. I like that it's just giving my complexion a little bit of warmth and just that subtle glow. For highlighter, I'm going to apply their Couture highlighter in shade number 1, which is or Pearl. They have 2 other shades. This retails for $42, and it's a lightweight, wet to dry highlighting face powder that illuminates skin with a gorgeous shimmering color. I'm really hoping it's not gonna do just like straight up shimmer on my face. So let's swatch this and see how it swatches. Oh, okay, that's actually really pretty. It looks a little dark in the pan, but we'll see what it's going to look like on the cheeks. It's definitely illuminating, but I feel like it's a little bit too dark for my face. Yeah, it's kind of giving me a little cast. It honestly reminds me of the Catrice highlighter, but the Catrice has way more intensity to it. For lips, I have 3 products. I just don't know which products I want to use. The first ones, these are the lip stains. I have loved these for so many years. I have pretty much every single shade. And this right here, this is their liquid matte lip stain, $38, but in my opinion, worth every single penny. Then I have a couple of lip liners that I might use. This right here is the Lip Styler. This retails for $31 at Nordstrom. I have shade number 70. Very beautiful, very creamy, and it's a retractable type of a lip pencil. And then you do have a sharpener here if you need something a little bit more precise. And then on the other side, you have this tiny little spatula that's kind of like a little blender to help blend everything together. And then we have number 20. It's a little bit darker. It's a little bit more of kind of like a spice. And then we have 2 lipsticks. This is their Rouge Per Couture Satin Lipstick Collection. I have 2 shades, and each shade retails for $38. We have number 10, very light nude. And then we have number 85. Let's go with number 70. Line my lips. And then let's go with number 10. Take a little bit of the other shade, number 85, just in the outer corners. I really like how everything came together. I feel like these eyes are definitely a very sultry, but still very wearable for the daytime. I'm honestly not that impressed with the eyeshadow palette. I thought I would be a lot more impressed, especially because they're saying it's super highly pigmented, really creamy. I'm not that impressed. I don't know. I'm not really impressed with this eyeshadow palette. I think, if anything, taking these shadows and giving them that wet look using some kind of like MAC Fix Plus or some kind of spray to help intensify these eyeshadows. The complexion makeup looks really great. The concealer looks really great. It doesn't look cakey. It doesn't look heavy. It's not creasing just yet, but hopefully it's gonna wear beautifully. I'm really impressed with that blush and that bronzer. Both are not providing crazy pigment, but they're providing just the right amount of coverage and pigment to give a very natural flush and like bronze to the cheeks. I'm really enjoying it. And then of course the lip products I'm really liking so far. The lip liner is okay, but if anything, I'm definitely gonna recommend these right here. We'll do a wear test, see how everything wears, see how everything looks. I'll see you guys hopefully for one update throughout the day and then the last update at the very end of the night. So the makeup is looking really good. Nothing's creasing really bad. I'm looking at the eyeshadow, it's still there. The eyeliner is still there. I feel like it hasn't really smeared anywhere. It's looking like it's right in that spot where I left it. Mascara, it's not transferring, which is great. It's not flaking. If anything, it's tiny bit flaking right here towards the bottom, but it still looks really good. The cheeks look really bomb. If anything, I'm looking a little bit shiny, ever so slightly shiny, which is good because basically the base makeup is all matte besides that little radiant concealer that I added on top of the matte concealer. So I'm liking how everything is looking as of right now. Feeling pretty good. We're going to get some takeout right now, Indian takeout. We haven't had Indian in a while, so I kind of want to see what the lipstick is going to look like after Indian food because it's so oily. It's so scrumptious and delicious and so saucy. So we'll see if there's gonna be any lipstick left, but if anything, I'll just do a quick take after dinner and then we'll do the final take at the very end of the night. It's that time of the day. Last update. We're looking pretty good. What do you think, babe? How do we look?
Shiny.
It's not bad. Like, it looks shiny, but it looks pretty decent. It looks like a nice radiant finish, nice luminous finish. It looks pretty even on most of the face. I'm looking pretty bad around the mouth, basically where I was eating, talking, drinking, making most of the movements. You can see the foundation definitely has broken apart, but the cheeks still look really nice. I still see the brows. I think they look pretty bomb. The eyeshadow is still there, but you can see I'm closing my eyes and you can see that the eyeliner has transferred into the crease a little bit. It's not bad, but at least the eyeshadow hasn't budged as bad as I was expecting. I can see a little bit of the transfer from the mascara and it has started flaking quite a bit. I did actually get some flakes in my right eye and I was trying to clean it out without just trying to disturb the rest of my eye makeup. I think the cheeks still look pretty bomb. I feel like a lot of it has kind of disappeared around the forehead, the temple area, like the bronzer and a little bit of the blush. But I still see the blush right here, but not as much of the bronzer. It still looks really good though. I'm gonna say one thing about the primer. Still don't like it. I don't like this primer. This glitter in here, it's straight up glitter. Very tiny flecks of glitter, but you can still see that flex. You can still see those flecks of glitter on your face. Even Andre saw the flecks of glitter. It didn't really add longevity to the foundation. It didn't do anything, honestly. If I'm gonna be completely honest with you, it did nothing for my face. The lip liner is pretty much gone. I see a little bit of the color left right here, but I did not reapply it after dinner and it was pretty much gone after dinner. I looked and I'm just like, it's not even worth reapplying just because we did have Indian food. But I'm still gonna stand with what I was saying in the beginning of the video. I think their lip products are really stunning. Lip stains are really nice. I think their cheek products are really nice. They're definitely very expensive, but this was the first time I've tried their blushes and I'm gonna continue using their blushes because I think they're really beautiful, very easy formulas to work with. And I think their bronzer is actually really nice. It's a very light in the pan, but just somehow it just looks very natural and it gives just like a very natural glow, especially for those days where I don't want as much bronzer and contour on my face, just to want a little bit of warmth and just a little bit of definition. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching, spending time with me, and I'll see you in the next one very soon.